Alright, today we're actually going to get to start doing some animation. So I'm sure you're pretty excited about that because the class is called Art and Animation. We've done a lot of art, but we haven't done much in the way of animation. So let's get started. Alright, today I have given you a file to start with. It's called the Lions Logo 3 Parts. And so let's name our layers because we haven't done that yet. We have layer 1, 2, and 3. They don't mean anything. So let's just look at the layers. Let's turn off layer 1 and turn off layer 2. So layer 3 is a gray background circle. So I'm going to call this lion circle. Okay. Layer 2 is the inner circle around that. So we'll call this lion inner circle. And then layer 1 is the actual lion. So we'll just call that lion. Okay, so we've named our layers now and we're ready to go on to the actual animation. So let's go ahead and make a couple more layers and then we will actually start doing our animation. So let's use our color picker. Right. Remember, let's talk about our workspace. Let's make sure you're in the right workspace. So go up here to Window, Workspace, and make sure you're on Essentials, the default. If you're on any of these other ones, change it back to Essentials. All right, the color picker, right, or the eyedropper is right here, the eyedropper tool. And we're going to pick this blue color. You can pick it from the lion or you pick it from the circle. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure you have that blue color, right? And let's make a new background layer because right now we really don't have a background layer. This white is like it's a visible, invisible background. So let's go ahead and make a brand new layer by clicking the new layer icon. And we're going to bring that layer all the way down to the bottom. So I grabbed it and I drug it down below lion circle. And we're going to call this layer the background layer. Okay, and now let's take our paint bucket. Right, it's under the gradient tool if you have that up. And we're going to go ahead and paint the entire layer the same blue as the rest. This makes it look like a lot nicer. Alright, so now let's go ahead and add another new layer on top of this. We're going to grab our text tool, right, just our regular horizontal typing tool, and we're going to draw an area above like that. And let's go down to, I think it's in the F's. It is okay. Well, let's just use this Felix titling font. And let's make it let's start with 100. Let's see, 100 point size. Let's see if that's a good size. Oh, the problem is can't see it because blue on blue, right? Our font color is blue and our background's blue. Okay, so let's change our font color to and use the eyedropper to sample from the gray part right here. So now let's put. Okay, I don't really like that font. It's okay, but I'm gonna see if I can find a better one. Alright, let's try Georgia. I like this Georgia font. Let's make it bold. Georgia bold. 100. Okay, so now we can grab our font with the move tool, right? And notice when I do this, look, if I move it to the right or to the left, you can see those purple kind of lines. And then you see how it's doing this lining up right there. So that's telling me that I'm centered now on the graphic below it. So when I let go, now those lines go away. Okay, so now I'm going to take my seniors over here and I'm going to duplicate that layer. I'm just going to grab it and drag it into the new layer icon. Now I have two seniors. So I'm going to use my super nudge. So what I'm going to do is just click on the one on the bottom, and then I'm going to hold down my shift key and use my down arrow. So shift key and down arrow at the same time, and you'll notice what it does is I can move this straight down, or if I use the up arrow I can move it back up, and I don't have to try to move it with the mouse. It moves it exactly straight down. Alright, now I'm going to go back to my text tool and we're going to change this to 2019. Let's make it class of. Okay, now you notice the 2019 is smaller than the rest of the font. So I'm just going to take and highlight just that portion of it, and then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to hold down the shift key. I clicked in the 100 point, my text size box right here, and now I'm going to hold down my shift key and use my up arrow and watch what happens. Okay, so I made it too big. So I'm going to stretch this out. I'm going to stretch this out so that it's more centered. Okay, that's a lot better. Now, maybe I think we can get it even better. So let's see if we can go up 10 more. I think 120 is best. Okay. So now it matches better, right? The font has, for some reason, has small numerals compared to its letters, but I want them to be closer together. I want them to match. So I think 120 for the 2019 and 100 for everything else is good. Alright, so we have all the layers that we need now to do our animation. So now we're going to come up here to Window again. We're going to go to Timeline. So way down here at the bottom, Timeline. And you're going to see this new window up here, down here at the bottom of your screen. Okay, so this is our timeline. This is where we're going to do all of our animation. So we're going to start right here. We have the different tools in this corner. All right, you'll notice right here on our first item it says, well, mine says 0.05. Yours might have a different number there. That is the amount of time that this frame will persist. Right, will be on the screen. Right, so that's in seconds. So it's right now it's 1/2 of a second. If you want to change that number, you can just click on it, right, and you can change it to whatever. I like that 1/2 a second, so let's start with 1/2 a second. If yours doesn't say 1/2 a second, go ahead and change it. All right, now what we're going to do to create our animation is we're going to change the visibility of the layers. You can also move items around, but right now we're going to just start by changing the visibility of the layers. So I want to start with just a blue background. So right now, you notice over here on my preview, it is also just a blue background. I turned off all the layers except for the blue background. So now I'm going to come over here to my new layer tool, and I'm going to create a brand new layer. And now I'm going to turn on all 3 of the logo layers. Okay. And now I'm going to do the same thing again. New layer. And I'm going to turn on seniors. New layer. Class of 2019. New layer. I'm going to turn off both seniors and class of 2019. New layer. And I'm going to turn them back on. Okay, so now let's see what our animation looks like. So we can do this by going ahead and hitting play, and right now it's on forever, which means it'll just keep repeating it. It's going to go 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then back to 1. Okay, so play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That actually looks pretty good. So I like it. Okay, I'm going to hit stop. And I think for our first animation project, that we're going to go ahead and stop right here. And we're going to use this same project again. But let's go ahead and go up here to File, and we're going to go to Save As. And we're going to rename this to your name. And we're going to call this Lion Flash. How about Lion Senior 2019 Flash. Save. Now this is only one of 2 files that we need to do. So this is the file that we're going to keep using to work from in the future. But we also are going to come up here and we are going to, is it up here? Let me pause first. Okay, we're going to come up here to File, Export, and then it's this strange one right here, Save for Web Legacy. We're going to go ahead and click on that. And what this is going to do is allow us to save this as an animated GIF. So this needs to be a GIF right here, right? And then let's just go ahead and use the let's just use what it already says under Optimize. Then just hit Save. And notice it's going to be a GIF. Let's use the same name as before. And Save. And what that allows us to do is to create a GIF file that we can put into a website and it'll automatically play and show the animation of it. Alright. Make sure you upload both files into the classroom.